Hello, good morning. Welcome to episode 2 of How's That Work podcast with Grady Spencer. I'm your host, Grady Spencer. I wish those episodes hadn't been so spaced out, but life happens, man. I'm trying my best. I'm going to try to get better about booking guests more regularly. And we'll see how it goes. You know, episode 1 was a huge learning curve and a lot of bumps along the way, but we made it through. And so I'm going to try something different. We're here in my new space. I got a new little office workspace / home. Probably not as visually pleasing as being out in the field, but probably sounds better. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll do an episode that sounds good for the podcast, and then the next one I'll do one that looks good for YouTube. Is this going to be perfect? Guarantee you not. There's a cat right here. Just scratch me on the side. I'm trying to be professional. There's a concrete truck making a lot of noise right now. So we're just going to push through, man. We're going to have some fun. That's what we're here to do. Okay? We're here to have fun. Hope you're doing well. At the end of the podcast, after the interview, I'm going to tell you about what's been going on with the band, what we've been doing, what we've been dealing with, what we've been enjoying, what's coming up. It's all great stuff. But first, I'd like to interview Mr. Mackenzie Hughes. He's the general manager of Fort Worth Camera. He's a great friend, kind of a gear mentor for me. And luckily for me, a couple years ago, he gave me a shot to be an ambassador for Fort Worth Camera. And it's all been uphill from there. That doesn't seem right. Uphill seems harder. But downhill seems like it implies like things are not good. So it's just been great since the day that I convinced him that I can do creative stuff. And he's been a great friend here in Fort Worth. He's a great I want to say ambassador, but that's not the word because I'm the ambassador for Fort Worth Camera. He's a great fighter. The coffee hasn't kicked in yet. He's a great. He loves to represent Fort Worth. We'll just say it like that. I don't talk good. He loves to enable creative people around Fort Worth. He loves to promote the city, and he's just a good dude. And so it was an honor to get to talk to him about cameras, the camera business, and kind of how he works. So without further ado, my friend from Fort Worth Camera, Mackenzie Hughes. Informally, on a scale of 1 to 10, how professional are my tripods?
What's the scale again?
1 to 10.
Not 1. No.
Less than 1.
No, they're pretty bad, dude. For shame.
All right. Well, welcome to episode 2 of How's That Work with Grady Spencer. I'm here with my friend.
It's Mackenzie Hughes.
Yeah, no. I know. I haven't gotten that part.
Okay.
My friend, kind of a camera mentor, gear dealer, for my camera addictions. It's the general manager.
It is.
General manager of Fort Worth Camera, Mackenzie Hughes. Episode 2. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you. And thank you.
We're here in Fort Worth Camera, so you'll probably see people coming and going. You'll hear ins and outs, and that's a camera store, baby. That's how camera stores work, and we wanted to do it here in front of this beautiful, what are we calling this? Backdrop?
This is a step and repeat, technically.
Yeah.
And much like a lot of artwork that happens here for T-shirts, swag, stickers, and this.
That's right.
You know, I shoot you ideas, some basic sketches, and then you bring them to life.
Yeah.
And this is a Grady Spencer kind of original.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, this is all photoshopped stuff. So this guy actually had legs that I chopped off and kind of melded together with
nice.
the legs of a human who was riding a longhorn. And that's art, baby. That's how art works. And yeah, I was really honored that I got to do this. This was kind of the first large-scale thing I've ever done, and only large-scale thing I've ever done, thanks to you. So thank you for...
Maybe there will be more.
Yeah.
We love it. So people come in here all the time and have their pictures taken in front of it. We don't tell them you were involved.
Yeah.
Maybe we
Yes,
could.
yeah. No, I love it. I love it. I love seeing it because, like, you know, as you can see, at Fort Worth Camera on Instagram, which is one of my favorite follows, is I love seeing people post in front of this because it feels like I did something. So anyways, it's enough about me. We're here to talk about how people work, how they function and what they do.
Welcome to Fort Worth Camera.
Hi there. So let's just go inside the mind of Mackenzie Hughes for a second. You're coming in, it's the morning of, you're coming in from out west. I'm not going to give your location.
Thanks.
You know, because you're a celebrity.
Yeah.
But you're coming in from out west, generally out there, and to this particular day, there's no radio on. What's generally popping in your mind on your way to work every day?
What am I thinking about when I drive to work?
Yeah, is it problems? Is it planning for the day?
Yeah, my planning for the day actually begins before I drive to work. Usually in my hot tub time, my spa. I've got a spa outside that I sit in every morning, and sometimes I think about you, my friend.
Cool, dude. That's awesome.
And
Very relaxing.
that's where the best ideas come from. All the art ideas we use, I've actually conjured up images for that. Then I send them your way. But actually, on the way to work, as I drive by some famous locales on Interstate 20, then 30, I try to do a mental list every single day of what I need to tackle first. But honestly, what I want to do is listen to the ticket.
Sure. Me too.
I'm a P1, right?
Yep.
And during commercials, I switched over to satellite radio.
Yeah.
I listen to the Yacht Rock channel.
Yes, dude.
And then if it's something I don't like, I'll bounce around. But then I head back to my own personal collection, which sometimes includes songs by you.
There we go. Yeah, I'm honored. I'm honored.
How long are these?
Yeah, we're gonna keep this interview about 30 minutes.
Cool.
Yeah. When someone walks into Fort Worth Camera, address plug.
A dress plug.
Yeah, address. Your address here.
Oh, at 6483 Camp Bowie Boulevard.
Yeah, if people walk in the 6438 Camp Bowie Boulevard.
No, it's I don't know where that is. It's 6483.
6483. Yes, what he said. Someone comes here, they walk through the door, and I'm going to do this while there's no customers walking by.
Yeah.
How accurate, you're looking through your big glass window of your office, how easy is it to peg what kind of gear a person's going to be looking for when they come through? Like, do you, in all the years that you've done, like, can you say, that guy wants to, like, obviously if he's wearing camouflage, that guy wants to photograph deer, or that person wants to vlog about schnauzers. How accurate?
The schnauzer vlog.
How accurate do you feel like your instincts are whenever you're sizing up?
Not at all. Not at all. I don't think people are that easy to peg.
Yeah.
They are sometimes easier to peg which brand of camera they like.
Yeah.
Be it Sony, Fuji, Canon, or Nikon, but that's just a camera store thing. But
for sure.
no.
But hang on. What's the telltale signs there for each brand? All great brands. All great brands.
Oh yeah, they're all great. Well, I tell you, and their market research proves me correct. Their market research, meaning the brands, the companies. People that shoot with Fuji cameras typically skew to the somewhat younger side, the urbane side, not urban, urbane.
Sure.
And people that appreciate a more so-called retro, which I hate using the word retro, along with the words elevate, collaborate, What else do I not like?
Yeah.
I don't like the word aesthetic.
Yeah.
Or what's another one?
All hot, very hot
Bespoke.
buzzwords. Yeah.
Bespoke.
Oh
That's
man.
another bad one.
Oof.
Anyway, so yeah, people that shoot with Fuji cameras tend to, you can kind of tell that they're a little more cultured. Or at least they have the appearance of that.
Sure. Or they want to have that appearance.
Yeah, they want to show the world they have that appearance.
For sure.
Sony shooters are very, very tech savvy, that seems to be. And you can kind of spot them because they always want the latest camera. They always want the newest stuff, like these two Sony cameras right here.
That's right.
Nikon people, just Nikon people. I'm a Nikon guy.
Yeah.
Canon people like to shoot a lot of sports. They like to shoot portraits. So I don't know.
Yeah, I love it. That's exactly what I was looking for.
What kind of stuff they shoot? Couldn't tell you.
Yeah. What would you say? So there's that poster of what people see above water level of the glacier, right? And it's usually very minute
The tip of the
compared to what's below sea level. So in your job and your role here at Fort Worth Camera, what would you say is below sea level of what people might not even think about, the things that you have to deal with that takes up a big portion of your day?
People management.
Yeah.
People management, and either the staff or people that walk through the door. Simply because you're not managing gear, you're not managing policy or procedures. You are managing the emotions and the feelings of people that either work here or support us, and that's what really takes talent, because no one person is the same.
Yeah.
And that's what makes working in a camera store, a photographic or imaging kind of place, special, because you're dealing with something that people actually care about, and that it is something that's very, very close and personal to them.
Yeah.
If you work here or not, and that's the biggest thing that runs below the surface. That, and Fort Worth Camera happens to kind of specialize in dealing with Fort Worth in general.
Yeah.
Other companies, other entities, and iconic institutions.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's something.
And people.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, that's something that I've always been super impressed with is, Fort Worth Camera's willingness to be in the community of Fort Worth, whether that's creatives, working with the city of Fort Worth, working with radio stations around town. Fort Worth Photo Fest. I think it's always a really impressive thing that you focus on to tie into the city, and I think that's pretty cool.
The first time, if I may.
Please, yeah.
The first time I kind of got a sense of how we wanted to either cross-promote or just collaborate with another kind of Fort Worth institution was at Fred's, the old Fred's, on Curry. I was down here visiting before I moved here, and I went to the men's room, and someone put a 95.9 The Ranch sticker up in the men's room, or near the men's room, I don't know what. And it was the logo of the cowboy kind of standing spread-legged, with his hands on his hips, and I was like, that's cool. You have a radio station whose visage, the entire logo has a lot to do with what it is, and you have a town that's kind of known as Cowtown and all that. I said, well, why don't we just become Fort Worth's camera store and kind of try to capitalize on all things Fort Worth? And I don't know. Fort Worth is cool. I've only lived here it'll be 9 years, come around Thanksgiving, and I find new, cooler things about it all the time, and the people here are really unique and different, and for the most part very nice.
Yeah, I love that. Love that a lot. This is kind of inside baseball type of thing, but how have you, you kind of mentioned it earlier with camera technology and the way that the world is going towards being super plugged in and being, obviously way more digital and all of that. How have you seen the industry of selling camera gear change? And do you think that it's gotten better or worse as time goes on? Like, is more tech better, or is that giving more people, more chance to screw up? It's kind of a loaded question.
It is a loaded question. It's a good one, though, because just 2 weeks ago, I've been on the road for the last 2 weeks doing kind of camera store stuff. And I took a camera with me that is the latest and greatest and the absolute state-of-the-art camera. And I really missed having a conventional camera, one that is still digital, but still supposedly older technology.
Yeah.
And I wanted a DSLR versus the new mirrorless camera. And although the mirrorless camera is fantastic and takes amazing images, I really wanted something that was with less stuff.
Yeah.
I wanted something that I can pick up and just take a picture instead of waiting for it to boot up, look through, and have a bunch of choices. And then, so that's how I feel. But then again, I'm weird, and I'm kind of the old man on the front lawn with a pitchfork, kind of crotchety sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
But then again, I shoot a lot of film still.
Yeah.
Which is a little more in vogue with younger people, but I was there first.
Yeah, dude, I love it. I'm going to skip down the last question because that girl's right into it. If you could only own one camera for the rest of your life, what would it be? And I want a camera nerd answer that camera nerds will be like, oh, that's legit. And then I want kind of what you just alluded to as the non-camera nerd answer of what that would be. Or if you could explain, if it's the same camera for both, if you could explain in layman's terms why.
I'll start with the non-camera nerd answer and say that I can't answer that because I like a lot of different cameras, and they're all very different, and they're all very cool. I'm a musician.
Sure.
I play trumpet, among other things, and you play guitar. And how many guitars do you have?
Yeah, definitely.
So I've got a lot of trumpets at home, and they're all kind of different, and they all kind of fascinate me with this or that. It's the same thing with cameras, and I love my Nikon F100. I love playing with my dad's Nikon F2, but I also have a little Rolly 35 that I like playing with. I like playing with my Sony RX1.
Yeah.
Which, if you don't know, that's super nerdy because they'd only made a few of them. That's a full frame point and shoot camera.
Oh, nice.
With a Zeiss lens on it, the 35-1.4. Actually, F2. I shoot Hasselblad. I have a 503 CX. But, playing with a large format 4x5 film camera affords you a totally different experience, and it's all about the experience. Every camera is going to be good.
Yeah.
Every camera will give you an amazing image.
For sure.
So it's all about the experience, I find.
Yeah. I love that. That's perfect. So I've
I love how we're just sitting here.
I know people are just like, yeah.
This is part of it.
I love it.
We should keep this.
We're in a camera store.
Yeah.
It definitely will stay in here. So I don't even remember the details of what it was, but I remember being in here one time, or maybe it was the old location, and I remember hearing you grumble about a rival camera store.
That can't be right. I don't grumble about anything.
And so my question is there a camera store rival owner that you would fight if you could, and do you think you would win physically?
Like physically fight?
Yeah.
I can't possibly answer that. Although,
you could in your mind. Like this, we're in fantasy world. The cops aren't going to see this.
Our rivals in the camera store world it's a friendly rivalry because ultimately what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Yeah.
We're in an industry that is, it's just not as big as it used to be. Camera stores and photo outlets of whatever type, film processing, huts, counters at a grocery or drugstore, they're just not as plentiful as they used to be.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. So ultimately, if there's a rival, we want them to succeed too.
For sure.
Physically taking my aggression out on anyone is not within my
That's not how you live.
That's not how I live. I don't want to hurt anyone.
Yeah, collectively with you and your rivals, how big is the hate for, Amazon.com or that way of like, somebody just making a couple clicks and having gear shipped to their house?
So the way I feel about that is that's a don't get me started type of thing.
Sure.
But I am going to get started because I'm going to use this forum.
That's the whole purpose of this. Yeah, yeah, let it loose.
Friends, shop local.
Yeah.
Here's why, though. It's not just us. You want to shop local because there's oh gosh, I could go on and on and on. But here's the way I feel. There's some people out there, we call them bottom feeders. Well, we don't call them. I call them bottom feeders. The opinions expressed by me don't always align of the Fort Worth Camera LLC.
Sure.
But bottom feeders are always looking for the cheapest, most convenient thing, and it may not be the best value. In fact, it's usually not the best value, and I think that mentality has become somewhat fashionable now, where words like Amazon or whatever, it's become it's part of the lexicon of what's going on. It's built into our vocabulary. Amazon this, Amazon that.
Yeah.
So in our world, it's Amazon is competition. We feel that there is no competition. We just offer and afford everyone the better value because you're getting the better stuff.
Yeah.
And you're getting someone cool to talk to, I think. And you're getting a whole lot of encouragement when you come here, not just because, oh, thanks for buying that Fuji camera, you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
It's about, hey, let's kind of keep going. Let's ride this train a little bit longer and see where you get with it so we can have more fun. And shopping local, no matter what it is, tends to be it should be more fun. And that fun on Amazon, that ain't, I don't get it.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't get it. P.S. You have the same supply chain problems anywhere, shopping small or Amazon. So Amazon is look, I'm an Amazon customer.
Yep. Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to buy lumber there.
For sure. Yeah.
I'm not going to buy things that I can get at Archie's Garden Land.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's a fun story is, this might've been 2021, maybe even the end of 2020. I was looking for a Fuji. I was looking for X100V. I was telling you, like, this is what I'm looking for, and you're like, dude, I hear you, but they don't got them right now. Get on Amazon, get on B&H. Guess what? They don't got them. Everything's back ordered. You know where I found it? The used. What do y'all call it? The used.
Premium pre-owned.
Premium.
It's like Park Place Mercedes, baby.
Premium pre-owned. Shelves. What premium pre-owned what section?
Department?
Yeah. I don't know. Box.
Section?
Glass boxes.
Yeah, there's some nice stuff over there. I'm surprised you got that.
That's where I found it. Dude, I know. I was so stoked. It was like literally the exact camera that I was looking for.
But that's part of the fun.
Of like, you go over there and look, like, I'm sure y'all have some really interesting gear right over there.
There's tons of it.
So, that's just to reaffirm the plea of like, physically get out of your house and go somewhere and talk to a human and look at what they can offer you. And if they can't do it, then by all means, go try somewhere else. But
look, this is another don't get me started moment, but I can name them right now. There's like 5 places just around here that you can shop and you get things you can't get on Amazon. Evans Vacuum right there, I'm pointing to it. You can go there and get schooled on what a vacuum actually does, and you'll find out that Dyson vacuums aren't.
They're
not.
Yeah.
And you're going to spend more money, but you're going to walk away with just more value. You're going to get a machine that actually works better. Then there's Archie's Gardenland. My good friend Randall, he's a stud, and he's not only going to, first off, going there is an amazing experience. It's beautiful.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely beautiful. And him and his entire staff will actually talk to you about, you don't get this one.
Yeah.
Or this is going to do this may not be a better fit for you. Big Dave Cigar. If you don't know anything about cigars, they'll not only just educate and entertain you, but you're just going to have a good time purchasing something.
Yep.
And the list goes on.
I love it. I love it, man. What are some of the big rocks for Fort Worth Camera and you personally for the rest of the year? And what are you working on? And
big rocks.
Yeah, like
is that
there's so big rocks are like the big task. So like you have to get the big rocks into the jar first, and then you pour all the little pebbles around. Like there was like a motivational speaker. There was like a motivational speaker back when I was in construction. I saw this video like 10 times throughout the trainings, and they say as you're planning, listen kids, take notes.
Yeah.
As you're planning your day, your week, your year, find out where your big rocks are. Get those in the jar first, because what they say is you dump in all the pebbles and then you try and put in the big rocks and it won't fit.
You know, that's funny. I do operate that way, and I never thought about it that way. Yeah. There are big things I need to get out of the way first before I can start prioritizing a little bit of the, not minutia so much, but smaller details. Yeah. Right now, getting through the rest of this year and being successful, looking for our biggest, healthiest sales year ever.
Yeah.
As a company. This is our 20th anniversary, actually. And then getting through that, we have a large rock in Puerto Rico. We're taking you could say it's an international photo excursion, but even though Puerto Rico is technically United States, that's in February. And then after that, we're back with the eighth annual Fort Worth Photo Fest. And that's a big deal because every year we want it to be the biggest and baddest, and I believe this year actually will be the biggest and baddest. We've got a lot of cool stuff happening, and it's all about Fort Worth, and that's our gig. Everything we do is about Fort Worth and imaging in Fort Worth.
Yeah.
So those are some big rocks.
I love it. Those are great.
And then three more destination workshops, which are not in Fort Worth. They're across the country.
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome. Where can people go to learn and follow along with these types of things?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
Yeah.
You go to fortworthcamera.com, all spelled out, FORTWORTH.
Right.
CAM.
It's highly disrespectful to put FT period, I've learned. Tom Martin's told me that.
Yeah?
Highly disrespectful.
Why? How's it disrespectful?
I don't know. I think they're just messing around. But I think it's like,
feelings?
Yeah, you don't abbreviate your home, I guess.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
And that's a good message anyway. Never abbreviate your home.
Don't abbreviate your home.
Forget one of those stupid signs you can get at Target and hang up in the
exactly.
where it says, gather.
Yeah.
Or home is where the heart is.
Live, laugh, love.
Don't abbreviate your home.
Don't abbreviate your home.
Yo.
I think it's a pretty solid life lesson.
Go to fortworthcamera.com, but you can follow us on, of course, Facebook and Instagram. That's FW Camera.
Mm-hmm.
I like to think we do a lot of fun things.
Definitely do.
We hang out with cool people.
Get to hang out. The lives are always fun. You never know what this guy's going to say.
You never know what this guy's going to say.
That's very true.
And you never know which pseudonym he pops up as.
That's right. That's right. Well, I got to keep the people guessing, and
keeps me guessing every
whenever
time.
I got to get on forums and troll people, I don't want it to hurt my career. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So,
what's new for you coming up?
Thank you for asking. Yeah. That'll be in the next section when I'm out filming somewhere. But yeah, playing shows. We're going out with this band Flatland Cavalry.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, they're huge.
Yeah,
really big band, and we're opening for them this weekend. So we'll be
where?
By this time we'll have already played Kansas, Hays, Kansas, Denver, Colorado, and Lawrence, Kansas. So we're gonna be way up there in the middle of America. Salt of the earth.
Flatland Cavalry.
Yeah.
Gin and Smoke and Lies. That's one of my favorite songs.
That's Turnpike Troubadours, but that's a good try.
However.
Yeah.
Flatland.
Great song.
Well, I've heard of them.
Yeah, you definitely have. And I'm sure you've heard them on 95.9 The Ranch.
Yep.
And I'm sure you've heard them everywhere. So
yeah, shout out to all the guys and gals there. Allison Hawking and Shane Hollinger and Billy downstairs and the rest.
Yeah.
Malone.
Well, dude, we'll let this kind of transgress here.
This is FedEx rolling up
That's
with
right.
fine
Life.
merchandise.
That's merch that's ready to be bought, ladies and gentlemen.
Who watches this?
I really don't know. There's only been one episode, and I haven't even checked the stats.
Oh, okay.
So,
great.
But like I said in the first episode, truth be told, this is to hopefully drive up YouTube watch hours so we can get to monetization later in the year. So tell your friends, watch it on YouTube.
I will.
This will come out first on YouTube, and then it comes out wherever you get your podcast at a later date, usually a week after.
May I make one suggestion?
Sure.
Let's get those.
I know, dude. I need some Bob Barker ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is that these particular microphones, you can't tell, but were purchased here at Fort Worth Camera. The Rode Wireless
I couldn't tell, that's for sure.
Yeah, the Rode Wireless Go 2. And for anyone who's doing this kind of thing, I would highly recommend it because they work great.
They're cool.
They sound great. You do, for Sony users, here's a little tip. Sony users, you need to put the receiver at least 5 feet away from your camera because the Wi-Fi
That's cool. No.
Absolutely.
Why don't you come over here and just say hi, actually?
Yeah. Let's get in here.
There we go.
Plug.
Yeah.
Please join us.
What's up?
What's your name, sir?
My name Hawk. How you doing?
Good, man. What did you purchase? What was the
Sir,
problem?
why don't you come here?
Why are you bringing it in? Let's bring it in. What's your name, sir?
Kaysen.
Kaysen. Okay. How's everybody's day going?
My day going good. This is my buddy right here. I'm actually bringing this one back. I'm looking for art.
Oh, he's gonna upgrade.
I love it.
And how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm just hanging in there today.
That's good.
Big shout out to FedEx.
Got you guys.
Okay, see you later.
What are you snapping this puppy onto?
This is an 872 right now.
That's what I'm talking about.
873, but I'm upgrading eventually.
I love it.
Feeling happy.
I love it. That's
All right,
where you get it.
Go on in there.
That's where you get it. Yeah, thank you.
See, it's a happy place.
A happy place, man. How's That Work podcast, Fort Worth Camera. It's a match made in heaven. Thank you for being on episode 2. Thank you for having me as an ambassador.
Thank you.
I'm probably gonna tell a funny story in the intro of when I tried to meet you for the first time. It was like a parade of people because you had made a cattle call on Instagram for people, trying to do cool stuff, and it was hard for me to squeeze in between the muscle men, fitness people, and like the mom bloggers, which respect.
Some respect.
But then I finally made it
That's
through.
a market that may be oversaturated, but there are some key players in our world.
Definitely.
The very, very best end up in our world.
But I really do appreciate you hearing me out that day, and then yeah, letting me draw cool stuff for you. You can come into Fort Worth Camera. There's T-shirts, there's stickers.
He refuses to put any sort of credit on these things, even though I ask for it.
Yeah.
I say, hey, you should put your logo on the bottom or something. He's like, nah.
Yeah, I do it for the love of the game, and just like Fort Worth Camera does it for the love of the camera game. So, yeah, man, thanks for doing this, and that's it.
That's it.
All right,
all
we'll see
there
y'all
is to
next
it.
time. All right, we're back, Mr. Mackenzie Hughes. He had recommended, that we do the interview in front of the step and repeat thing that I designed for him, and I kind of loved how it was just like, yeah, this is a camera store. People are coming in, they're coming and going, they're delivering stuff, they're buying stuff, returning stuff, getting stuff. It's a great place. I love it. I'm actually literally about to go buy a new camera and lens in a couple hours up there, so it's fitting. But thank you so much to Mackenzie for coming on this. I had a lot of fun doing it. Me, what are we doing? So as you can tell, like I said, we're in this new room, new house, and it feels good. It was very confusing, stressful situation to be selling a house, buying a house. Markets are up, markets are down, interest rates. I don't understand any of it. So I was just kind of hoping for the best. And, God's good. And it kind of worked out, and we're getting settled in. And I'm really enjoying having this new space to, do my stuff for the band and make images, make videos like this, and hopefully it'll just get better from here. What's been going on with the band? Man, we've been traveling around a lot. We went up to Colorado for a run. I guess it's been a month and a half ago now. My friend Red Shahan put on the inaugural Caveman Festival up in Weston, Colorado. So we kind of lumped in that show with a bunch of other Colorado shows. Had an absolute blast. It's just incredible to be all the way up there and have people come out to shows and seem to know the songs and seem to know us, and we had a great time. Ticket sales weren't home runs, and generally speaking, there's just not a lot of tickets being sold right now, and it's hard. From what I've heard from other people, I think it's kind of across the board, but as someone who's running a business, it's like, whoa, is this do I suck or what's going on here? And so it's kind of hard to deal with, but at the end of the day, I'm getting to play music for a living and do creative things, and so I'm having to remind myself that daily. And so we're just kind of dealing with the ticket thing as it comes. Not great, but I think it's kind of not great across the board. And so I'd encourage any band people, if you're dealing with it, I'm dealing with it too. It seems to me like everybody's dealing with it. So I think people are, I think the market's kind of oversaturated at the moment. I think there's a lot of shows. There was a long time where nobody was playing shows, and now people are trying to make up for it. And so, there's only so much concert budget that a person can have. So I completely understand it, but we're going to keep pushing. And, we got a lot of shows coming up. I think by the time this comes out, we've just played Dallas for Texas OU kickoff weekend, which is cool. As a Texas Tech alum, I'm just kind of I'm not supposed to like either one of you, but I will entertain you. That's what we're going to do. That's what I did by the time this will come out, hopefully. We're getting ready to go on a big old long run next week. Super excited. I'm going to pause and then get my phone so I can read you the dates. We got a bunch of shows coming up next week. We're going to do this big long run. Let's see. Starting on October the 13th, we're going to be in Columbia, Missouri, Rose Music Hall. October 14th, Joe's on Weed Street, Chicago, Illinois. Super stoked. The first time we played Chicago, we were opening for Cody West, and I think it was still early in our exposure up there. People didn't really know what to do with us, but we did our best. And then I know there were some people who discovered us then and have come to shows since, so that was pretty awesome. And then we played another place called Carol's, and almost sold it out. Maybe we did sell it out. I can't remember, but it was absolutely packed out. We lost our keys after the show. There was a foot of snow on the ground. Had no idea what was going on. Took us an hour and a half after the show to find the keys. The bar was about to kick us out because they were ready to go home, and so were we. Finally found the keys. They were in a bag in the merch. Let's see. October 15th, Connor's Corner Pub, Tallulah, Illinois. I have no idea where that is. We're going to learn next week. I need to book some hotels for that. October 18th, Southgate House Revival Room, Newport, Kentucky. Again, not really sure where that is, but we're going to find out. We're going to come. So if you know anybody in Newport, Kentucky, send your friends, send your family. October 19th, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Club Cafe. Never played a full-on Pittsburgh show by ourselves. We got to open for Jason Bolin there. So this is going to be our first headlining gig there. Quite exciting. Club Cafe. October 20th, Vienna, Virginia. 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 Vienna, Vir basically Washington, D.C., we're going to be playing at Jam in Java.